school. Do you think do you think do you think is that it's not that important, because I think that is not important to be given. Take for example in the question, uh, what is the moral value from this text? What is the meaning of the expression, or something that is critically must be implemented to face or um, to face or to solve a certain question. Perhaps I don't have any idea that the critical thinking in learning English in the level of senior high school or junior high school moreover is important. I have no idea that, because I think critical literacy is needed when English is studied by people in the level of the professional matter, in the level of the professional level, because it is important. Perhaps I can say in the term of urusan dapur. Is it important because critical literacy is for urusan dapur? Jadi seperti itu urusan dapur. But for students, what is so I don't have any idea that critical literacy is by studying critical literacy. I think we can make mapping. We can make mapping. We can decide the details. We can etc. We can be comprehensive in a certain text. But that is in the point of view as the teacher. I don't get any idea for the point of view for the students, the point of view for the senior high school students, like that, Bafida. Thank you. If anyone has a comment for my comment.
Okay, Mas Reza. If it is not important, so how we uh, ask the student, how we apply to the student if they did not, if we did do not apply the critical literacy, if it is not important.
Okay,
Pak Amin.
I guess Mas Reza and Mbak Vida have agreed on something about the importance of critical literacy. And I think I have the sense that Mas Reza is being critically literacy to Mbak Vida's presentation and to topic now. Okay, but I guess everybody has its turn, and now I'm going to Amin or Mas Aris, who's first?
Mas Haris Plus is okay, Mas.
Okay,
Pak Amin, sorry, Pak Amin, Pak Amin. I just
okay,
comment.
okay. Whoever
Thank you.
ready can throw the question right away
Thank
to
you.
Mbak Vida, please.
I want to just add the additional information from Mas Reza, how to it's important literacy, critical literacy for the senior high school, and how to deliver it to the students. I think we can use multimodal visual can help the students to criticize, to get the meaning of the text. So not only the text, what is the text about, but we try to connect it, the visual, to the text, and the interpersonal of the reading text. Not only the comprehension of reading, for example, what who is the character of the story, and who is the Dayang Sumbi, for example, in the narrative text, Dayang Sumbi story, who is Dayang Sumbi to Sangkuriang story, for example. I think it is interpersonal how to the readers feel that story. It's it's just one of it how to criticize or simulate our students to using the multi-modal. Multi-modal is not only textual but also interpersonal and the visual of the text, the pictures. I think that's it, Mas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pamin, for your comment. I've guessed that it's now the time for Mas Aris to address the questions.
Silakan Bu Intan dulu.
Okay, then ladies first, Bu Intan.
Okay, Mbak Vida, I want to ask you, as an adult, there are some people try to study again after they realize that study is important. What are your opinions about this case?
Study is important. Yeah. For the student, study is important because if they do not study, for example, if they want to get examination, they will be apa ya, gugup gitu. Jadi tidak fokus dalam belajarnya. Apa yang mau dipelajari dulu gitu, kayak gitu Bu. Jadi it's study every day. If they get material, they study them day by day, like that. In my opinion, like that, Linda.
Begitu ya? Oke. Thank you, Mbak Vida.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mas Aris,
Yeah, thank you.
you wanna ask now? Okay,
Yes.
good.
Talk about critical literacy in adult. Yeah. So, do you agree, Bu Vida, or do you think that apa learning about critical literacy in adult, they will care about environment, or they will care about something?
Care about environment.
Yeah.
By
Do you think that
critical literacy.
yes, critical literacy in adult? Do you think that and they will care about education maybe? Apakah belajar critical literacy di senior high school itu bisa menjamin bahwa mereka akan peduli dengan pendidikan, atau mereka akan berpengaruh besar terhadap pendidikan kita? Terima kasih.
Maybe it will be Mas, because by they are reading, they will know everything.
Okay, reading what?
Reading what are they reading? Misalkan they reading news, or they reading the advertisement about everything, about how to avoid how to about everything, Mas Aris. Misalkan mereka membaca apapun, jadi kan mereka tahu apa yang harus dipelajari atau apa yang tidak harus dipelajari, seperti itu.
Okay, Bu Vida, do you agree or that every story or every books contains critical literacy if we read full of the story? or just in it depends our perspective.
It depends of our perspective, maybe.
Okay. Ya, oke.
Okay, if I may say that,
Ya, terus Mas Bintang.
if I may say that, the adult is the best stage to introduce critical literacy because they are going to be academics. Yeah, they are going to academics. Maybe if they want to continue their study, they have to know the basic. Yeah, the basic like socio-political and how to organize something, how to criticize on the rules and policy from the government. They have to be introduced at that stage. That is why Mbak Vida previously stated on her presentation that use more authentic text instead of using the fabrications like narrative text or something like that, yeah, so that are more aware they are more aware to the surrounding. They will know what they are going to do when they are in the university, because university student is something else. It's not the same as senior high school or junior high school students. They are in the stage where they have to be active in organization, in politics, I guess. You know that every demonstrations, yeah, every demonstration started by the university college, right? It's not from senior high school student or SMK student. So whenever they are asked about what is your purpose in doing the kind of demonstration class actions, they have to know, because they are the actors. Whenever there are chaos or there are mismanagement from the government, they should have known it from the very first place, so that they can demonstrate they are the, what is it, they are the bridge. They are university college, sorry, university student is the bridge for the society, for the lay people to the government, to the higher, to the managerial state of the nation. Okay, I guess that is all that I can say. Mas Reza, if here is our regular, please. I'm
Yes.
here, Mas Reza, to ask something to Mbak Vida.
Bafida, we know there are two kinds of question. The first kind is low order thinking skill and high order thinking skill. But I haven't understood yet. I don't understand more. I understand but in the basic. I don't understand more about hot and loud. Uh, my question like this. We know that is critical literacy in question is something that is complicated and hardly performed for the students to show their ability. So very difficult to answer a question related to the critical literacy. My question is the question of the critical thinking in the kind of the critical literacy. Take for example, what, who, when, or many information. What the information that we can take for the text, uh, like and other examples for the critical literacy, critical question like that. My question is the critical literacy included to be the HOTS, high order thinking skill question, or LOTS, low order thinking skill? And please explain the concrete difference between the high order thinking skill question and low order thinking skill question, like that. Bafida, please explain, and is it included in the HOTS or LOTS, like that? Thank you.
Okay, Mas Reza. If I will differentiate the lots and hots first. If hots, the teacher can give the question about analyzing, evaluate, and to create. And if it is lots, Pak Amin ever said that hots itu like what is the moral value? Moral value it is the uh, hot question in my opinion, because if moral value, the student have to know all of the text. In lots uh, if lots question, it is the easier than hot question. For example, if lots question, who is the participant of the text? Like that, Mas Reza. The question is, the critical literacy included to be HOTS or LOTS? In my opinion, critical literacy includes two of them, both of them. LOTS and HOTS include critical literacy. Thank you, Mas Reza. Maybe Pak Amin
Okay.
want to. Yeah.
Please, perhaps Pak Amin wants to explain more about what is the difference, the concrete difference between HOTS and LOTS. So I can decide concretely, this is HOTS, this is LOTS, like that. This is important, very important in my MKMP. Uh, so I can explain in MKMP if I know the difference. Pak Amin, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Reza. I just want to add your question, but allow me, Mbak Mufidah.
Yes.
May allow to add the
Yes,
information. Thank you, Mbak Mufidah. I think there are three kinds of leveling question, ya, making question. The first is lots, low order thinking skill. Level berpikirnya adalah 1 dan 2, kognitif 1 dan kognitif 2, Mas. Mengingat dan memahami. Kemudian mods itu middle order thinking skill, berarti kognitif 3 dan 4, memahami dan melaksanakan atau mengimplementasikan atau melakukan. Kemudian yang lots itu yang mulai analisis, kemudian evaluate and creating, itu level 3 dalam pembuatan soal. So I think I agree with Mbak Mufidah that literacy, critical literacy is not only higher order thinking skill, but it is impossible for the student to gain the higher order thinking skill without they start from the lower harder thinking skill and the mods. For example, who is the participant? It is lower, but it is important for our student. And sometimes the same answer, but different question. For example, in narrative text, yeah, who is Dayang Sumbi to Sangkuriang? Students will answer, Dayang Sumbi was Sangkuriang's mother. It is need analyze to answer that question, even though that is a level 1, lots other thinking skill. I think I agree about Mbak Mufidah all the arguments and answering about the critical literacy includes the start from the lower order thinking until the higher order thinking skill. If you were Malin Kundang, I mean, what will you do, for example? I think it is also critical literacy. What is the moral value of the story, and in what way is Yang Sumbi good character, for example? It is a kind of evaluate and analyze question, level 3 question. But I suggest for the teachers, the students can the higher order thinking skills question if they don't know about the lower high order thinking skill. I think this is must. Yeah, thank you very much all.
Can I say that high order thinking skill question needs to recreate by the students. It needs the recreation. It needs something new out of the text. Can I say like that? I mean, and the low order thinking skill, it doesn't need something new. The student doesn't need to create something new, but they just choose which one is proper based on the text, true and false, like that. I mean,
I think so. True. Is that true or false? It is, and I think it is evaluate questions, because the student must know about the reasons why is wrong and why is right. For example, is it true that Malin Kundang, sorry, is it true that Yang Sumbi cheated Sang Kuriang? If the student read all the text from the first paragraph and then until the last paragraph, they don't know. They don't say it's true or false. But sometimes the students just answer true, but they don't know why to do that answer the true. I think it is include the higher order thinking, Mas Reja. Yeah, state true and false is also evaluate question, because it is PISA, Program International Student Assessment Question Style. Thank you, Mas Reja.
okay.
Okay, is there any more questions from the participants here? No? No more questions? So if we have no more questions, if we have no more questions, then I would like to close Mbak Vida's presentations here with a conclusive statement. So basically that critical literacy, as we have discussed since the first presentation here, is that we go beyond what is written. Yeah, it means that we have to understand the implicit information. Yeah, like Mas Reza said previously, that the students have to recreate something new, something which is not written in the text. Yeah, I guess that is the meaning of having a critical literacy activity. Because if someone can recreate something new from a single article, it means that they understand. Yeah, it's like doing the paraphrase. When you do the paraphrase, you have to know the meaning first before you transform your ideas into a different sentences, right? Okay, so then critical literacy once again is an activity that we goes beyond the common comprehension Do we agree, Mbak Vida, about the critical literacy activity,
Yes.
especially in adult?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
if we're adult enough, to do the, I mean, like reading reading a heavier questions, a heavier article. Yeah, it's not like having a narrative text like Dan Sumbi or Malin Kundang. We have already known the meaning in Indonesia first, right? We have the
Yes.
a posteriori knowledge, yeah. So we don't need that kind of effort to understand whether even if it's English version, yeah. Okay, so that's thank you, Mbak Vida, for your presentation. It's
Yes. Thank you, Mas.
really enlightening for all of us, and the questions from the participants were all cool too. And then the second presentation will be delivered by Mbak Nada.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you ready, Mbak Nada, to give something out of your topic?
Yes, Mas Minta, I'm ready. Can I
Okay.
ask for help share my PPT, Mas Minta?
Sure.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Pak Dias is going to ask a question first before Mbak Nada's turn. Okay, Pak Dias.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Thank you, Mas Bintang, and thank you for the great presentation. It was conducted by Mbak Mufi Datul Akroma. That was very great presentation. And I guess I got something breakthrough from Mbak Mufi Datul and from other questioners related to critical literacy for adult education. Frankly speaking, actually finding or figure out some information about critical literacy for adult education is not easy. Yeah, Mbak Mufi Datul. Even I'm trying to search in Scopus journals, there are only a few. Even actually there are no specific mentioning about English critical literacy for language learners, and it is very hard. If you find
Yes.
critical literacy for adults education in general education, you can find a few, but if you want to compass to more specific for language learners, it is very hard. The first meeting I can say, Mbak Mufi Datul, adults here meaning for university student actually. Yeah, it's not for
Yes.
junior high
Sorry,
school
sorry.
or it's not for junior high school or senior high schools, because what we are talking is about adult education. It encompasses for student of university or student of postgraduate, including magister, including magister students. Is building critical literacy for junior high school and senior high schools, for high schools and higher educations. All right. So the first strategy is we can try to have something like approach using reading approach. All right, reading approach. When we have reading approach, of course, we need to consider what kind of the text that we are going to give for junior high school and senior high school students versus university or magister students. All right. So in building critical literacy for adult education, especially for adult learners in S1 and S2, even in S3 levels, there are some. The first things that you need to consider is you have to set up your reading text, and the second one is you have to set up your presenting activity. All right. In reading text, things that you need to underline is reading text for high school is different from reading text for higher education. When I am mentioning high school, it is included senior high school and junior high schools. When I'm mentioning higher education, it is included student of university and student of postgraduate. Postgraduate means magister and doctoral program. All right. So examples, Pak Amin, if you want to give reading text for your student in SMP or SMA, of course the text different from when you teach in university levels. All right. If you want to give reading text for senior high school and junior high school, maybe the text about the history of Loro Jonggrang, the history of Prambanan, Dayang Sumbi, the history of Toba Lake, and so on and so on. Okay, but it will be impossible if you give this text to the adults language learners. The adults language learners, the topic is different. It is more general. It could be, I do agree with Mas Bintang, it could be about politics, it could be about social, it could be about monetary, it could be about culture, it could be about conflicts, anything. But the text is different. All right, the topic is different and the text is different. And the second is talking about the passage. Talking about the passage. If you want to be critical literacy for high schools, maybe in the passage, I mean the paragraph, it could be no more than 3 paragraphs. All right, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, even paragraph 4. With the amount of words is about not more than 250 words. But if you want to teach university students, make the student, the text, it should be a lot. The paragraph should be more than 5 paragraphs. It should be more than maybe 5 paragraphs. It could be, you know, more than 10 paragraphs. When I ask you, when the lecturers ask you to analyze, to review a journals, how many paragraphs in the journals, in each journals? More than 5 paragraphs. All right. It means that it is prompted for university students or for magister students because it possesses more than 5 paragraphs. But very impossible if you ask your student of high schools to review a journals or articles, all right? That is the different things within adult education. And the third one is talking about the multimodality. I am strongly happy listening Pak Amin stated about multimodality. I do agree with Pak Amin mentioning multimodality. What is meant by multimodality here is it is part of the discourse studies, and in given multimodality between high university level is different. In high schools, when the text about Loro Jonggrang, Prambanan, the picture, the color, the visual image is dedicated for, you know, students under 18. All right. But if you teach university level, that will be very fun and kidding if you give the students about the animation's image. All right. So let's say talking about the advertisement. The advertisement dedicated for high school is different from the advertisement dedicated for adults. All right. McDonald's, for example, ice cream, for example, the image, the multimodality, the visual is given for kids. But for the adults advertisement, okay, it proposes for adults. So the image and maybe the actress or maybe the color, it's specific for adults. Can you get my opinions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
And the fourth step is talking about the critical thinking. In high schools, all right, the critical thinking is mostly using ontology. Ontology means using what, using who, using where, using when. Okay, but if you teach university level, the critical is different. All right, you might use the word how, the word why, the word what case, the word to what extent, and so on and so on. Okay, so in giving the instruction also difference. So I guess there are 4 strategies. The first strategy is about the text, the topics, all right, text of the topics. The second one is about the passage. The third one is about the multimodality, and the fourth one is about the critical thinking. So by this approach, we can give critical literacy for our students appropriately. Someday example, if you teach if you become the visiting lecturers or dosen tamu, all right, so you will give your students with the different approach by which you teach seni high school or seni high schools, all right. So here is actually the goals and the purpose of critical literacy for adult language learners. That's all from me, Mas Bintang.
Kasih Pak Dias.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. That was really inspiring. That was really rich of information. Okay, then the second presenter. Oh yeah, she wanted me to help with the PowerPoint. Yeah.
Iya, Mas Bintang.
Hey. Not yet.
Udah Mas Bintang. Ya.
Oh, loading.
Sudah Mas.
Okay. Okay, enjoy your
Thank you,
time.
Mas.
Recollect. Good luck.
Oke, thank you Mas Bintang. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Critical literacy in advancing English listening. Definition of critical literacy involves analyzing and evaluating different ideas expressed in your course material. Learn strategies and steps to develop your critical literacy. What is critical literacy? Is a critical literacy skill that tertiary education seeks to develop in students. It involves the questioning and examination of ideas and requires you to synthesize, analyze, interpret, evaluate, and respond to the text you read or listen to. How to start this process? This critical literacy start with reading or listening. For the purpose for critical literacy in academic writing, we are generally talking about your work with reading text. And two part to engaging with academic research. Jadi di sini ada dua penelitian, dua bagian, sebuah pelaporan yang menjelaskan apa yang kita lakukan sama sebuah reaksi untuk menanggapi dan menafsirkan teks. Jadi di sini critical literasi itu melibatkan pertanyaan dan pemeriksaan ide yang mengharuskan untuk mensintesis, menganalisis, menafsirkan, mengevaluasi, dan menanggapi teks. Next, Mas Bintang. Yeah, definition of advanced listening. Advanced listening is a course develops listening strategies, vocabulary, and critical thinking. Right by Michael Berman, Advanced Listening is a strategy-based listening course for advanced SL or EFL students built around authentic lectures from Stanford University professor. Jadi menurut di sini mendengarkan definisi mendengarkan tingkat lanjut itu adalah mengembangkan strategi mendengarkan kosakata dan berpikir kritis. Menurut yang ditulis oleh Michael Berman adalah mendengarkan berbasis strategi untuk siswa ESL atau FL. Advanced listening specifically develop high level and not talking skills for those striving to succeed in academic or professional environments. This course builds student confidence to tackle even the most challenging listening situation. Jadi di sini definisi mendengarkan tingkat lanjut secara khusus adalah mengembangkan keterampilan mendengarkan dan mencatat untuk berhasil di lingkungan akademik atau profesional yang membangun kepercayaan diri kita untuk mengatasi situasi yang menantang. Next, Mas Bintang. Okay, listening basic. They are stop, look, and listen. Stop is stop talking, be quiet, resist the urge to think about what you're going to say next, and look is direct at the person speaking, don't multitask, focus on the speaker and what he or she is saying, and listen with an open mind.